just ate 3 pounds of candy corn.
Welcome to the Not So Famous podcast. I am your host, Manager Marco, and the lovely, still with us, still alive, still kicking, Ange.
Yes, I'm here still kicking it in these streets.
I love it. Summertime's tough to do pods, but I like to squeeze 1 or 2 in a month if we can. Once the winter gets going and we're all stuck in the house, then we'll start getting into some more consistent podcasts. But Ange, it's nice to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be seen. Here I am.
How's everything? How's
same shit,
status quo?
Same shit, different day.
You have something big coming up?
Oh, tomorrow is I'm a keynote speaker.
Wow.
Yes, for the hospice. So I'm on palliative and hospice care. So the nursing agency that takes care of my palliative and hospice needs have asked me to be a speaker. And the best thing about it, like, not do you just get me, is you get free food. So they're feeding you. So what can be better than that?
Oh man. Gee, I wish I wasn't in New York tomorrow. I'd be there.
Yeah, look at you, mister. Oh, I'm here, I'm there. I'm in New York. I'm in Florida. I'm in Miami, Poppy. All over the place. I'm in Jersey all the time, 24/7.
Kind of a big deal in the city. I'll tell you. Anyway, tonight we have a special guest. We're gonna get away from the music tonight, and I thought it'd be great because I know the gentleman personally, and you actually were able to do a podcast with him.
Yes.
And it's he has got a great charity. I'm gonna let him do all the talking. I thought it was great because your husband was he was a former military. So without further ado, my man Mark Eberle from Paws Healing Heroes. Mark.
What's up, people? How you guys doing?
Man, if I was any better, I'd be you.
Well, I don't know. I'm out here by the pool just relaxing. No noise, no sound, no sun. It's just quiet, and I'm loving it.
That's great, man. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming on. You and I, we've known each other for a while, and we always talked about the other podcast and you coming on. And then I thought, I saw you the other day, and you're like, what's up? Let's do it. So you have... We'll get to your charity in a second. PawsHealingHeroes.org, right? PawsHealingHeroes.org. So let's give us a little bit of a background about, about you first, and then we'll get to what led to you and the organization starting that charity.
How far do you want to go back? I'm joking.
Well, not high school, because I know way too much about that.
Right after high school, I joined the Army. I wasn't. My guidance counselor was like, well, you're not the smartest cat. You should join the military.
Facts.
So I joined the Army, and boom, right after that, Desert Storm happened. So great, awesome time. And after my service in the military, I set the world on fire because I didn't know what PTSD was. I didn't know anything about trauma. I was just burning bridges. I didn't give a shit. Fights, alcohol, every abuse, divorce, brother. And, finally the VA said one day, you know what, you're at the end. We can't help you anymore mentally. How about you go get a service dog? They're like, whatever. They were blowing me off. They're like, go get a dog. I'm like, yeah, great. It was going to be $20,000. I was going to have to fly to Florida trained 2 weeks with this dog on my own dime, put up myself in a hotel,
On
and then
your own dime.
yeah, and pay 20 grand for the dog. And after a year, they would ship the dog to me. Thank God my cousin Butchie was a canine cop in Glassboro at the time. Because when I came home, he's like, dude, they're scamming you. Because my dog's 13,000. It bites people, it sniffs drugs, and it can detect bombs. What's your dog going to do? So right then and there, I was like, oh, okay. Let me find a local trainer. My
Right.
first dog, I actually ran into a veteran that was going to take their own life. And this is how Paws kind of got started. I didn't know what to tell the guy. So I was like, you know what? Can you watch my dog for the weekend? We're going away. I can't afford to have it up in a kennel. So he took the dog after the weekend was over. He bought it a bed, toys, everything. And when I went in the guy's house, the dog never came to me. So I was like, damn, dude, you need that dog more than I do. And that's kind of how it started right there.
Right. Really.
Yep, giving disabled veteran service dogs. And it's been 8.5 years later. We've done 110 dogs.
Mhm,
Each
Wow.
dog is $4,000 to $11,000. And
mhm.
And you just
it,
raise money. You just
yeah, man,
raise money for them.
no one takes a salary. Our trainers, Alpha and Omega working dogs, they're saints. They're just they could be the nicest people because they
Right.
don't take any money up front. They know when I raise the money and get it, I can just pay them
Right.
as the money comes in. They don't harass. They just it's amazing.
That's awesome. So, I guess you saw a lot of nonsense when you were in service and coming over. I mean, I mean, that seems to be I don't know what the right word is, an issue with a lot of guys like yourself, right? Coming home and
Absolutely.
facing PTSD and the government they don't
No,
really.
you don't expect your own country that you serve to help you out in any form or fashion, do you?
That's
I mean,
sarcasm, people.
it is, and it's ridiculous.
The
Yeah.
VA, there's some really nice people that work there. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
it's bullshit, man. It's
Mhm,
if I called them right now and said, "Oh, I'm sick," I wouldn't be seen till like next week.
that's
But
right.
I can go into any hospital or any clinic now that they passed that law back in a few years back
Right.
with help.
Right.
Now I just try to steer clear from the place. But seeing the stuff over there, you know what? You're trained to do a job. That really didn't bother me. It was right after the war. Um, our Humvees were going down a road, and we saw on the side of a road a woman being beaten by some guys with. I thought it looked like tan poles or it looked like Danville or something. So we stopped and we got out of our Humvees and we stopped these two guys from beating the snot out of this woman. Well, I guess we interrupted what they were doing in their culture. Who knows? I didn't have a translator at the time. The one
Right.
guy took out a gun and killed her two kids in front of me. And
Jesus.
I look back, I had an amazing time in the military, but that one instance, there was others, don't get me wrong, basic training, I had some issues, but that it's almost like a television show you can't turn off, brother. And it's just,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, it's something someone shouldn't see or have to live and then come home and live with it, and
Right.
it wears you down.
And it's still in the back of your mind today,
It,
right? As we
it,
speak. I mean, you say stuff to me, and I'm like, did he just say what I think he just said to me? Yeah.
every, there's
Wait a
good
minute.
days because
Should should I
if
hug him or call somebody?
I try to use my sarcastic ass humor and my nonsense to get through the shit, and people are like, "Oh my god, you're so funny," and deep down inside, I'm just like, I'm hanging on by a string. My wife is another
Yeah.
saint. Like,
Yes,
she
she
holds it
is.
together. And
She is a saint.
there's times that I don't want to be on this planet anymore. And when I talked to Angelo's Diner the other day,
Yeah.
it was wearing on me heavy, and it just
Yeah.
you get to a point,
Yeah.
and I talked about Jelly Roll and his song. I
Right.
said
Yes.
it came on the radio when I was in my darkest spot.
Which song
I'm
was
not
that?
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay. Okay.
Is that the name of the song? I just heard he was just on Stern,
Is it
and
Save Me or I'm not okay? It wasn't Save Me, right?
I don't know if that's the name of the song. I'm not
Okay.
okay. That's like
Okay.
lyrics. I'm not okay. You want me to sing to you because you might get sick.
No, no, no. Don't sing to me, please. No.
But just listening to that song, it took me out of what I was in to another place, and then I was just like, "Damn, let me listen." I listened to it like 6 times in a row, and
Not sure what happened, but it's only me. And it says we're live still, but it's only me. So, not sure what happened here. So, just hang on, y'all. Not sure if this is a test to see what I can do for y'all all by myself on the Not So Famous podcast. So, just hang tight. Hopefully, they'll be coming back in soon. So Marco just texted me and said that they are having a power outage, which is crazy. So it's just me sitting here, basically. So while I'm sitting here, I'm going to go over a little bit of what exactly Paws healing heroes are. So if you're just joining, whatever the case may be, there it is.
The lights went out.
There it
All
is.
the power went off. Hold on. Let me get.
This is a test. I said it's my own show now.
It's okay. I'm gonna go back here.
You're gonna have to come back, Marco. Marco Polo. There you go.
I don't know what happened. That was the first. Like everything went off real quick, but the computer stays on because it's powered. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So.
I was just sitting here staring at myself.
I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing to stare at.
Yeah, I mean, but you would think this is
You're easy on the eyes. You're easy on the eyes.
Hey, I guess so. Recently, I've been looking homeless because I just don't care anymore.
You just don't care anymore.
Yeah, I know tomorrow I have to put on makeup and stuff, so I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. I didn't even get dressed today. I'm in what I slept in.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's wrong with you?
It was I just did nothing today. I read some, painted some. Now here I am.
There you go. All right, let's bring him back. Listen, man, you broke the internet or something over here.
Oh, you just didn't pay your bill and you got cut. That's some glass bro shit right there in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah.
Bro, I steal the internet from the apartment next door, from the house next door.
They tripped over the extension cord.
Oh my God. Jeez.
You took my heartfelt moment.
Some glass bar shit.
It can only happen to a nicer guy. No nicer guy than you could that have happened to.
Oh, I'm just like, this son of a bitch canceled on me twice, and then he cut me off midstream. I hold a grudge too.
No, don't hold a grudge. So let's get right back into it. You heard Jelly Roll's song, right?
Right. And it brought me out of the funk I was in. I played it like 4 to 6 times, I want to say.
Right.
And it stopped me thinking of the thoughts that I was thinking.
Right.
And since then, I watched him on Howard Stern, like I was saying, and his background. Oof, he's been through it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I said to you, I was like, if you even slightly know that guy, tell him he brought a disabled veteran back to reality.
Yeah.
Because it's usually my wife and it's definitely my service dog. Come here, Bear.
Right.
Come here, Dump.
Right. Well, see, the thing is, and it's funny that you said that, because normally it's like a guy like that, you're like, come on, dude, like, who do I know? I had an artist back in the day, he was pretty good. We almost did a song with Jelly Roll for $700 was the feature. And, and he was like, Jelly Roll, he was strictly rapping at that time.
Yeah.
He was like, he's a little bit of a different style, maybe I think we'll pass. And I'm like, I don't know, I like Jelly Roll. Like, maybe you should do it, and he ultimately decided to pass, and now look where he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
He's on top. And God bless him. It was nothing personal or talent wise. It's not everybody has $700 to throw away to.
Well, you would have had $700 and your podcast wouldn't have been turned off midstream. So
that's a valid statement right there. It's a valid statement. I said, where the hell did everybody go? And Ange was trying to hold the fort down. She was stuttering. I called her stuttering. And
I know she was floundering. She couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle the heat.
No, I would try. Listen, she doesn't know, but I'm going to let her lead a show one night because she has to. She needs to lead a show here. She's going to have a show that's.
I'll take my shirt off. That'll keep it going.
No, don't do that. Please don't do that.
What Well, no, I mean, I was holding the fort down because I
Okay.
was like, because I do my research and I'm familiar with Paul's Healing Heroes. So I know his upcoming events. I know he's got 2 events coming up
I
on
love Ange.
August
I
10th,
love Ange.
August 30th.
Look at
So
you.
I do my research. I know.
love Ange. You see why she's here? She picks up the slack
I
for
know.
me.
Well, someone's got to pay attention to what I'm doing because it's not cheap. Like I said, 4 to 11,000 per dog, and then the outcome you get something like that right there.
He's just chilling. He's just hanging out. So this charity's brought you in front of nationwide TV, right?
Yeah, all the local news picked up,
Of
because
course.
it's great. Every Memorial Day, they're like, "Look at this guy." But the Rachel Ray show picked up on us, and I was on her 13th season, and I was #1 out of 13 Amazing Americans, which I giggle every time. Like, you're one of them, 13 Amazing Americans. But it was moving. But you know what that show did? Instead of busting my ass for that year, it brought credit to it. It made it real, I guess, in my head, and reputable. Use that word, throw that out there. She even had us on again when my boy Batman, rest in peace, he retired, and so she brought him on to
Okay.
retire him. Amazing woman, amazing show. Their one main producer I become friends with. We actually gave a service dog to her veteran husband.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Do you
A
find
lot of
it's a
broken
is it a grind to get people? And I mean, is it a grind to get people to donate? And especially in this economy right now, are you seeing a change or like maybe a lack of funding?
There's never really a lack of funding. I think I just wore my base out. How many times can I put on Facebook? Oh, doing a fundraiser, help me out.
Yeah.
It's starting to get some, like Campbell Soup is one of our corporate
Okay.
donors. They once a month we get a decent check, and then I go speak there twice a year, and they pay me to do it. Subaru's around the corner coming up for me with speaking
Nice.
engagement. We can talk all night about all the sponsors.
Right.
The funds seem to come in, but the veterans and the dogs, they're there. There's so many broken veterans, and they're hard to get to because they're not going to admit it.
Right.
I don't need a damn dog. That's what everybody says. I don't need a dog. What's the dog going to do for me?
Really.
And I try to explain to them that once you bond with your dog, even if it's your pet, and if your pet is bothering you, like pulling at you or nipping at you or barking at you, they're not bothering you. They're telling you there's something wrong, and
Yeah.
they're trying to help you. Unconditional love. I can lock my dog in the trunk of my car with my wife for 30 minutes. Open the trunk. Who's happy to see me every time?
Your dog.
Your dog.
That's right. So I just want to say this, like, my husband's a vet. He was airborne. And I'll tell you what, we got a service dog for me. The
Right.
dog was trained for my cancer diagnosis. When I tell you that this dog has done more for my husband as a vet than
just did it.
she has done for me is she has just been phenomenal for both of us. Like, so I cannot tell the world how important this is to people, without really kind of, tearing my heart open here. And that's why,
Yeah.
as a nonprofit, it's so important for the donations to continue to come in, because, you can do all the therapy you want, you can read all the self-help books you want, but when you have that physical animal who is so
Unconditional love.
human,
Unconditional love.
right?
Like, even my wife gets tired, and I see it in her face. Like, how many times can she put up with my shit? But I can't help what's coming out of my head or going through my head. So she's got to take a break. And then I turn around and there's Bear looking at me. And I start giggling. I'm like, you dopey ass, let's go. And then you feel better. And, he just they snap you back just like that song did. And it's like little things like that. I try to get the government to, hopefully down the road, I won't have to do this anymore in 10 years
Right.
or whatever. They'll just give every veteran coming out of service, here's your dog, blah, blah, blah. But until then, man, pawshealingheroes.org is where to donate and come out to our benefits. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, you do comedy shows also, right?
We do it all. We have a golf outing coming up September 6th. We're sold out. I do 2 comedy shows a year that you've never come to. Thanks. We have Listen to this one. October 6th, we're doing a drag queen bingo. It's our second one. The first one was insane. We raised like $9,000 on a bingo night, and
Really?
drag came out. Drag Mafia, I believe it was. This dude Brittany from Philly. Oh my God, they performed. The VFW old heads weren't happy, and I didn't give a shit.
Oh, I'm sure they were
They
not
were
happy.
brother,
You
they
had
were
it at the
grumpy.
VFW?
Yeah. I didn't tell them what I was doing when I first. I was
You're
like, I
an
want to book
animal.
through. And then once I paid up, I was like, oh, here's the flyer, and the guy's face just dropped. Not that I'm
Right.
going to say it without saying it, but like those
Yeah.
school guys, they don't want to.
Yeah.
At the end of the
Yeah.
night, everybody was drinking together, having a good time. But when I went back to book that place again, they're like, no, we're booked. He didn't even look at his book. He's like, nope, sorry,
He
dude, we're
said,
booked.
nah, screw
Nah.
that. We're going to the Landmark.
Right. We're going to Brooklawn, dude. The Brooklawn, there's an
Brooklawn?
American Legion, and it holds 300 people. And
Okay, good. Good.
it's a
How
fun
about
night.
so was Batman, you know, that was your first dog. I know Batman. I petted him many times. Great dog. Was that your first?
He was I gave the first one to the veteran, like I said, that was going to take his own life. He's still alive, and so
Good.
the veteran was amazing. Batman wasn't supposed to be mine. I was driving him to Newark to meet a veteran, and when I went in the guy's house, Batman came with me, and he pooped on the guy's living room floor. So the guy's like, I don't want that dog. He just shit on my rug, and he look at him. He's like 120 pounds. He looks like a wolf. So I'm like, oh God, what do I do with this dog? So I drove him back. My wife was cutting hair at the hair salon she worked at, and I took him in there, and he laid on the floor and did this T-Rex kind of thing, and they were scratching his belly. I was like, oh, I guess we got a German Shepherd, and that dog changed my life.
Yeah. I mean, he was with you parades. I seen him at, at the local town events. Like he went with you everywhere.
Bear is my service dog now. He goes everywhere with me. Like,
Yeah.
Wawa, come on, let's go. Unless it's pouring raining, and it's a quick trip. Sometimes I'll leave him home because I don't want. He's a long-haired Shepherd, and
Yeah.
he'll just go. But 99% of the time, he's with me. He just rode to Florida with me and back to go see my daughter.
Really?
Yeah, me and my boy.
Yeah, boy, that's awesome that he could stay in the car with you and just kind of hang out. And
He has full access into everything in the country except the emergency room. And people get that a little bit twisted with their
is that true?
emotional support dogs, and they drag him in the shop right and put him in the shopping cart. The dog's like 27 years old, half dead.
Right.
Service dogs have a job or a task to do, so they have access everywhere.
Right.
Emotional support dogs are supposed to keep their asses at home and support you while you're at home.
Yeah.
Unless the Home Depot or whatever allows dogs.
So that's the difference.
Yeah, that drives me nuts when I see, I'm not going to say, and old people always do it, but they're dragging their little Shih Tzu through ShopRite and has 3 legs and they got a vest on it. I'm just like, where'd you get that trained at? And they can't answer the questions. And, anybody can go online and get a service dog, but.
Right.
Yeah. That's where you start getting people trying to get on an airplane with a service parakeet or some bullshit.
It's out of control. I love it because I'm an asshole and I love to see the chaos.
Yeah.
I've flown with Batman. We went to Arizona and all these other dogs were attacking him, barking at him. He didn't make a peep. He just sat there. He was chill the whole time, and Bear's the same way. They're bomb proof, I call it.
People are funny, man. Like, who takes advantage of that?
Please. It's the world we live in now. Everyone takes advantage of everything and ruins it for everyone else.
I don't get it. You're going to the supermarket for an hour at most. Leave your dog home if it's not.
Right.
Or I get yelled at because they're like, it's 100 degrees outside. He's going to burn his feet. That's another one. I'm just like, back off. Or they call the police on me because I leave Bear sometimes in the car, and I've got a big sticker on the back, working service dog, AC is on.
Right.
And yet they'll call the police. I'm like, go ahead, idiot.
Is it I mean, is it a thing where like they're not like nobody do not pet service dog? Is that really a big deal?
I heard that when we first started, and I thought that was the deal. I want everybody to pet my dog because it gets me engaged in conversation and out of whatever funk I'm in my head.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a seeing eye dog, leave the dog alone because they can steer a guy out in the traffic, they get hit.
Right.
It's up to the veteran or anybody with a service dog. It's your disability. It's your dog. The more you pet my dog, that's the less hair I have in the car, and I tell that same dumb joke.
Because I always see that. It's like, nah, don't pet the dog. It's like, why not?
It depends on the person. If the person's they don't want to talk to you. There's freaks, don't get me wrong. They'll see you like a mile away and they see your dog and they're like, ooh, and you see him coming. And when they get up to me, I'm just like, I'm sorry, he's working. And I don't really do that a lot, but My wife
how
went.
how do you guys like, how do you handle a veteran that has a dog and then maybe the dog like yourself, right? You had Batman, God rest his soul.
Yep.
Passes away. Like, how do you? I mean, do they go right in line for a new dog? Like, how does that work?
We're just coming up. Batman was. We've had 2 dogs recently pass, and I'm just like, uh-oh, because we've done 110 dogs.
That's a lot of dogs.
Now, as all these dogs get older, are we recycling them all? You know what I mean? And then all
Yeah.
the new people coming in, I'm like, oh, I got like $11 in the account. I can't afford all that. No, I knew Batman was starting to slow down, so I got out in front of it and I went and got Bear,
Okay.
and I started working with Bear and Batman and just letting Batman show him the ropes. So the
Yeah.
transition for me was easy.
Yeah, but I mean, how can you keep track of all I mean, you really got to be organized, keep track of all your veterans that you gave dogs to.
I can't remember shit, man. Martin. I
Right.
can't. It's just people walk by me like, "Hey, I got your dog Skippy." I'm just like, "Oh my god, thanks." I'm like, I can't remember all that many people. I can't remember what I did yesterday. And you want me to remember 110 names of people and dogs? I have
Right.
all their information on file.
Mm.
Um, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? They
Right.
they go through a process. It's a real easy application. You fill out the application online. It doesn't cost the veteran a dime. All we ask is just put the time in and bust your ass in training, because you're getting, again, $4,000 to $11,000 dog for free.
Right.
And the process even starts out, if you don't have a dog, the trainers, me, and you will look for a dog. We look in shelters and foster programs first. I do have breeders for all the breeder freaks out there.
Mm-hmm.
For people,
Mm-hmm.
not every shelter dog is going to help a disabled veteran missing 2 legs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
So I have to have breeders as backup. I'm going to
Mhm.
pick up 2 puppies on Sunday, 2 German Shepherd puppies, actually.
Really.
Yeah, so we get the dog as a puppy. They bond with the veteran, and they start puppy training with the veteran and the dog
Okay.
at Alpha and Omega Working Dogs in Moorestown, and it seems to it's working. We're not perfect, you know what I
Right.
mean. Our dogs aren't robots either. They're
Right.
still our pets. If I put a piece of steak on the ground, Bear's going to eat it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Sure. Sure.
Just because he's labeled service dog doesn't mean he's still
Right.
not an animal.
Do you ever have a dog that didn't take to it?
We had a few dogs fail. Now the ones in the shelters, I don't like to give back to the kill shelters.
Right. No, definitely not. Right.
So I'll put on social media, oh, my dog failed service training. It's going to go to a kill shelter, and then 900 people want the dog. So
Right. Right. Yeah.
it's a process. And again, we're not perfect. There's a lot of good agencies out there. No one takes a salary with us. The
right.
veteran doesn't pay a dime. I don't know if we're the only ones that do that, but I'm the only asshole out there busting my ass with our volunteers and raising money. And it's fun and rewarding, because when the veteran gets the dog, they always say it's like Christmas morning, brother. And it's just rewarding, and it's traumatizing to hear their stories.
Yeah.
Every year, you've got to go into therapy every now and again, and because it
Sure.
wears you down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not a therapist. I'm not ready to hear what you've been through. I can see it in my head because I served,
Yeah.
but I'm not ready. And sexual trauma is big in the military, not just with women. So when you have this big, rough, tough veteran coming at you, he's like 6'4", he's like, and I see MST on his paperwork, it's military sexual trauma. I'm like,
Mhm.
damn. So and they're open about it with me. So I gotta, I can't say names and HIPAA
Right.
laws
Right.
and
Of
blah, blah,
course.
blah.
Of course.
But once they get their dog, it changes, because if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Like you said, Angie, you still have therapy, you still have your medicine, you still got time in, but whew,
Your was did Bear notice when Batman was there? He is right there. I called him. Hey, Bear.
Hate him.
Yeah.
So look at him.
What a beauty.
Was he weird like when Batman was no longer around? Like, did he get like lonely
no,
or
he was
awkward?
happy. He was an asshole when Batman was here. He was a puppy German Shepherd, so he was attacking him, biting his ears.
Okay.
And Batman would correct him and bite him and put him in his place. But our other dog, we've got 2 other dogs now. Peanut,
Right.
a little foster fail that was actually supposed to be a service dog, and the veteran's
Right.
wife said, "I don't want that ugly thing," so I took her home.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. You put money into training a dog, and then they don't want it because
And they
it's
don't
ugly.
want it. That's
We've had her 6 years now. She's my real service dog. Don't tell anybody. But no, Bear was happy Batman was gone. Now he's just the king shit. But the other dog, like, laid in his bed. My son.
Right.
It took my son a while. My son was sleeping. He still sleeps with his little Batman stuffed animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And every day on Facebook, you get reminded of your memories. And I'm like,
Yeah.
every memory of Batman. I'm like, damn. I wasn't
Batman
ready
was the king. He was the king.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, Mark, when you and I met and we did that podcast, I'm pretty sure you had Batman with you.
Yes, I did.
Yes. And when I tell you that dog, you wouldn't even know he was in the room during the whole podcast. And it was in person. He was just so awesome and so rad, that
Big,
dog. So,
gentle giant.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
they don't care what color you are. They don't care how much money you make.
That's
They
right.
don't care. They don't care, man, woman, they just care about you. So the next time your dog is climbing up your lap and getting on your nerves and you push it off, there's a reason. It's either hungry or it's go to the bathroom or you're broken. And odds are you're broken because not everybody,
Do
everybody.
you ever watch them train the dogs? Like I
Yeah,
always wonder, like,
absolutely.
how the heck do you train a dog to know somebody's,
A lot of
broken?
it is well, believe it or not, the dogs get it. I hate to pay the trainers when the dogs just do it on their own.
Yeah,
But
right.
no, the trainers
Wait a minute.
the trainers do basic training in the beginning so the dog's not an asshole in public. So it's got to be
Okay.
that. And
Right.
then as they're bonding with the human, they figure out the dog senses what's going on. Now, if we need to do scent work for a sugar drop or, seizures and stability, there's all different. Every disability every veteran has.
Yeah.
So, the more disabilities, the more money that goes up. But it's just a service dog like Bear. He alerts me when I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
The whole time in the car, he's constantly pulling at me and licking my face because I'm, driving like a psycho, cursing.
Right.
He's like, "Calm down, asshole. Calm down."
That's crazy because your demeanor. Other than that, like when I see you out in public, you wouldn't even know. I've seen you host charity gigs that
Yeah.
were not yours. I've seen you would never know that you have
Yeah,
those moments.
You don't. You hide it. You hide it because I would be crying all day long, or I wouldn't be here.
Right.
I have
Right.
children. I have a wife that loves me. I've got a kick-ass pool.
Oh
Yeah,
my
look at
God.
that sucker.
Yeah.
And look, you don't have to serve in the military to be broken, so I
Right.
get it.
Right.
But if you served in the military, you're broken. I don't care if you served in combat, tip of the spear person, or if you were a cook, a medic. It's not normal to go over to another country and have bullets shot at you or shooting at somebody else, and it just breaks you down. And it's the quiet times that wears you down. And these dogs really, really help. They
Right.
really help.
That's well said, Mark.
Thank
Well
You
you.
said.
don't get do you get anything from the military branches at all? Any
Yeah.
feelers or
What do you mean? Oh, well, they're not really supposed to because it's like
Okay.
showing favoritism towards a nonprofit. But there might
Okay.
be a VA clinic, or there might not be a VA clinic that does call me and say, "Hey,
Okay.
I gave your cell phone to so and so. They're going to call you," which is cool
Yeah. Right.
because I don't mind that.
Why
don't-
doesn't the government get more involved?
Because then they're admitting that we're broken and they want to pay us a percentage of disability. Because once you reach 100% VA,
Okay.
you don't. A lot of states you don't pay property taxes. You get like $4,200 a month.
Okay.
So
I
they're
see. I don't know
it's
this
like,
stuff.
yeah, they start at 100 and they work their way back. It took me a long time to get to 100. And shout out to my lawyers, Bross and Frankel. I was 60% for the longest time, and I thought, oh wow, damn, I just must be 60%. It was like 1,800 a month extra on top of working,
Right.
so it was good money. But then, I linked
Yeah.
up with that lawyer, and they said, "Yeah, no, you're batshit crazy, brother. You should be 100%."
I mean, you don't have to go to a psychiatrist for that. I could have told them that.
Save the money. Oh,
Save
I'd
the
be
money. Just come to me. I could have told you all about Mark.
the VA psychiatrist and psychologist. The psychologists psycho out every 6 months because they're going to other jobs. So, they
Right.
come in, the new person, like, "So tell me about yourself." I'm just like, "All right, see you later." And I just leave because I'm not start from day one. Like,
See you later.
You can't do your fucking homework. Like, come on.
Well,
At
yeah,
least
where's the
start-
charts? Where's the charts?
No, tell what was the first, what happened?
See you
It's
later.
like, this happened. I'll book again. See you later. And I
That's-
just went, and they're all allergic to my dog, and they're all scared of it. So I make sure I bring them.
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you? That's crazy. I can't. He just
Yeah, the VA
See
is
ya.
crazy. Here's a crazy story. I don't want to take all your time.
No. Keep as much time as you want, buddy.
Philadelphia VA hospital. I went in there for treatment. They kept me against my will, kinda. They shut the door. I'm like, damn, I guess I'm staying. They have rubber chairs and everything. So I was like, oh, this is real.
Jesus.
So I was like, all right, let me call my wife and get Batman up here. They're like, nope, you can't have your service dog with you. I'm like, wait a second. You referred me the service dog. In the VA hospital. I can't have him. They're like, we don't have the staff to walk him. So he goes to the bathroom. I was like, oh, he goes on a wee pad. He's good.
Yeah.
Food, water. He don't have to leave the room ever. And they're like, well, what if one of the patients say they see a dog? I'm like, you tell them it's a freaking dog. Like, what the hell? 5-7 days I was in there. No dog. I didn't shower. I didn't eat. I just sat there, and every time they tried to, like, they had a little round table and questioned, so how are you today? I just like, I want my dog. And I want my dog. I want my dog.
Yeah.
I tried to get a lawyer because I wanted to sue them, not for money, but to change their policies. And you can't sue them, which is, I tried to sue them individually and the VA as a whole. Nope.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so they kept me against my will without my service dog, but they want me to have a service dog.
Right, which is weird.
So welcome to the world of the VA, brother.
Right. Do you work with other charities, like hand in hand?
Other veteran-based charities?
Yeah, but other veteran-based. I know there's like, what's that, 22 is one that I'm aware of, right?
That
like
was
that.
probably too big. There is Spectra Care Foundation.
Okay.
There is, I'm drawing a blank. In Clayton, there's Camp Salute, Veteran Preferred Housing, Bernadette Blackstock. I work with her a lot down there.
Okay.
I throw a hand in. You see me at the
I see you everywhere.
at whatchamacallit's fundraiser for the kids, that Boys and Girls Club. I try to help out
Yeah.
every time. It just makes me feel better. It heals me to heal others.
Yeah.
I'm still an
that's
asshole.
great.
I have a kind heart.
Oh yeah, you're one of the biggest assholes I know, but your heart is in the right place. Your mouth, you know.
Speaking of assholes, did you hear, Mark? I don't know if you remember. It sticks with me though. So after Mark and I did this podcast together,
Right?
I guess they flashed a picture of me, and Mark was like, "That's you?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What happened to you?"
It's called terminal cancer, Mark.
Well, chemo.
I knew that going in. I knew that going in. I'm just an asshole. Like,
What happened to you?
And then they gave me a complex for like 28 days. I'm asking people, do I look that bad?
At least put the makeup on. Who cares? You know what I mean? Spruce yourself up a little bit, girl.
I know. That's why I look homeless all the time. And I love it.
He comes in a diner. He says, "Mark, could you take the penicillin for that itch?" And then he buys me breakfast. He says it with a packed diner, and then with my son there, my 11-year-old son there, and then he'll buy breakfast.
I try every time I see a veteran in that diner that's wearing a hat or a shirt. I go out of my way to buy them breakfast. And,
Absolutely, yeah, you do. I say it.
One time I was in there was 7 of them. I'm like, damn.
Smoke
that. They were. But no, it's I have to do something to make myself feel better.
I hear you.
I can't have my wife heal me every day because she's worn out. Worn out.
Yeah, you're enough to drive someone crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's in the future, man? What do you got? What do you got going on, or possibly going on, or what's your next moves? Give me a little scoop here. Something.
I always tell people to go on pawshealingheroes.org, and our website has all of our events. Then I tell them to go on Facebook because that has most of our events. I was approached by some producers. I'll keep all the names and all the organizations out of it, but they want to maybe do a reality show about what we're doing, which at first I was like, oh yeah, get ready because they don't know what they're getting.
They have no idea who they're putting a camera in front of.
They have no idea. And it'll be like Guy Fieri meets Dog the Bounty Hunter, but on steroids. No, but if that comes to fruition, we can help a lot of people, know.
Yeah.
The streaming, if they're like 17 million streamers, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
17 million streamers. Imagine if every one of those person just gave $1.
Right.
Imagine.
I went out in Sam's Club in the rain, holding the can, shaking it, And I'll still do that though.
I can't imagine cameras following you.
I pick my nose constantly. I curse.
You fart.
Oh, I use the wrong curse words. I don't get too racial, but listen, I still use. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't want to get people. No, well, I'm 54, so I'm from the era where you say certain words. Now those words aren't allowed anymore.
Yeah, well,
It's
yeah. I
got to
mean,
be something else to make it
yeah,
appropriate. Whatever, dude. What you eat doesn't make me shit, but they're not ready for it. I don't think they're ready for it. And if it does come around, it'll open up the whole country. But then we're like,
yeah,
oh shit, how do we train dogs from someone in Alaska? What do we
Yeah.
do?
yeah.
Yeah.
We fly them in? No. Am I like that guy that was making me go to Florida for 2 weeks? I don't want to be that company.
Right, right, exactly.
So
But
I'll be flying all over the country with my dog. I won't see my wife. So we got it. We're in the process of trying. If this does happen,
Yeah.
linking up with trainers from around the country would be easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, yeah, because I think what you should do, and this is my personal expertise opinion, is you should definitely tackle different places in the country. You know what I'm saying? And I got
We've
a
done
veteran here in
West
Florida. I
Virginia.
got a veteran here in Ohio. And then
We've done West Virginia. We've done Florida. We've done
okay,
Massachusetts, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New York. The problem is the logistics.
Mm.
They have to come to training once, twice, 3 times a week. Now,
right,
Yeah.
I brought a guy in from South Carolina, or South or North Carolina. He brought his whole family. They stayed for almost a month.
right,
That hotel bill, it's up there on top of
yeah,
the training, and they eat, and I feel obligated because, like,
right,
oh, I got little kids, and I got to feed them. So there
right,
goes the money for someone else. I can do 4 or 5 dogs for that one person. So
That one.
yeah,
listen. There's enough local people. There's 100,000 veterans in New Jersey.
yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
999,000 of them have PTSD. So
Usually there's a budget behind these TV things, so that'll be probably part of the budget. And
Right.
they condense everything. They condense everything.
Yeah.
Where it may not happen in what looks like happen in a day or night happen in 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah, they explained
You know?
all that to me because I'm like,
Yeah.
are you gonna come here? We're gonna film like 7 days a week. They're like, no, idiot. We're gonna get you at one day at the shelter getting the dog, and then maybe in a month we'll do here. Maybe when the veteran meets the dog, and then we'll put that in one episode. And they explained it all, but
Yeah, that's how it works.
whew, I might
Be
have
like
to
the
shave.
Real Housewives of Glassboro.
They do not
You don't
want
want
this
that.
big-headed, sexy asshole on TV. I've already look at the size of his head. Imagine it getting any bigger from
It
being on like a
is
reality show.
big. That is a dome piece, man.
Dude, you got a big one too, but you're a big old Mama Luke. You know what I mean?
am. The facts.
My
yeah.
mother ran my head over when I was 3. I fell out of the car and I went underneath the tire, and the tire rolled over. True story. God is my witness, all my children. The tire rolled over my head at 3 years old in Clayton, near Pulia's Farm Market in Clayton back in
I
the
know
day.
Puglia
We
says,
lived in
yeah.
that white building,
Yeah.
and she ran me over with the car. So if
She-
that car didn't do anything to this head, you know what I mean?
Whoa. That explains a lot to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That really just puts everything in perspective since I've known you. Look at that though. What's he doing?
He's
Oh, he's
rolling around in the grass because he's soaking wet from the pool. Now he's going to come in stinking like a donkey. That's my boy. He'll be right in my bed. He'll be right in my bed, licking on my face.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
crazy. Well, Mark, thank you, man. I appreciate
No,
you
this is
sharing your
fun.
story, dude. It's great. I love what you're doing. I see it around. I probably should come to a comedy show.
You would think I asked you to
Yeah.
get me comedians, and you're like, yeah.
Well, you want Robert Kelly. Like
No,
Robert Kelly.
whoa.
Robert
wait
Kelly's
a
a
second.
top.
I don't know, Ange. I don't know names, and this guy, I'm just like, here's my budget, or if you can, the comedians I have working with me, you're like, you need to start using new comedians. They give me a discount. So what do you,
Yeah.
if
Well,
I'm
use the
paying
same
$2,000,
comedians. I want to see
I'm
new
only making-
comedians.
Listen, why don't we work together and fill up the Pittman Theater? That place can hold a lot of people.
First of all, let me tell you, I've been trying to throw a pop show at the Pittman Theater with my guys, my crew.
Right?
To rent that theater out, maybe because I didn't say pop show, I said a different genre, and maybe they were like, "Nah, fuck that, we're gonna."
Yeah.
charge you."
Yeah.
Well,
I
the
think
owners
maybe
want half of the door. The owners want half of the door for my
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, whoa, how many seats you got? I'm like, you're making like 10 grand off me.
they got 1,000 seats in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the math, man.
Yeah.
1,000, even if it was $50 a ticket,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money that can
Right.
go into my nonprofit.
Right.
Did you ever try the there's a theater in Williamstown, actually.
You look like you go to that theater, how you're dressed.
She looks like she stands outside of it.
I'm part
Right.
of the, yeah, pretty
You got
much.
a cigarette? You got a
Doing the
cigarette?
zombie dance down there.
I'll
Yeah.
take a bus.
I mean, listen, we could try to do something. I'm throwing a couple of shows now, music shows
Right.
around here. So, comedy. I used to be deep into that stuff. So, maybe I can still. They seemed all
I
like,
just don't know how to market it. I've worn out my base. Like I'll get 200 people come to a show. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That's a lot.
that's a
But
lot.
then, but if I'm raising the prices from 20 to 50, like
Right.
this has to be marketed right. This is your game. That's not like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's stuff you could do, that maybe a giveaway with that 50, maybe, something,
Well, if you get a big sponsor like vodka or Absolute Vodka or somebody
It all
like that,
depends. I mean,
let's get
yeah.
Jelly Roll to do something with us.
Dude, Jelly Roll, please, I wish.
What's he doing right now? He's probably just like laying
He's
on his
getting ready to
back.
tour the country.
He's got like a BLT with extra mayo, and he's laying in bed right now, jamming on the sandwich.
Good for him. He deserves it.
Right.
He deserves it.
This was a lot of fun, you guys. I had a lot of fun, and getting
Thank you. Thank you.
if we don't get one donation, cool. If I can reach one veteran in need, that's where it's at because
Yeah.
I feel like the donations come in, and
They do.
it's never enough for me because I'm just like, as soon as I get the money, I'm like, pay, let's go, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I get it, man. It's a lot of work, and what you're doing is commendable, and you just it takes a special person to keep doing it. So keep
I
doing
hate
what
dogs and betters, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, right. keep doing what you're doing, buddy, and we'll chat. I'll let you know when the episode's up. I'm gonna cut some things out like we discussed, and cut some things and post them. So
I'll try and get you 700 people up to about 1,400.
I would hope so. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
Mark,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you for your service.
Well, thank you, and thank your husband, and make sure he keeps a good leash on that service dog, and
Yeah, I know that's right. He
not your
will.
dog anymore.
All right, buddy. Thank you very
All right,
much.
thank you guys so much. Have a good
All right,
evening.
man. Have a good one, bro. That's Mark Eberle from Paws Healing Heroes. I thought that was good. I thought, yeah. I mean, I thought that worked out. Your husband is military. I thought that was great.
Yeah, and you know what, Mark is good people, man. He
I
really
always liked Mark.
is good people, and you can't downplay what the man is doing for others. Like, I
No.
mean, it is huge
No,
what
you
he has
can't.
done for the vets in this country that our own country isn't even supporting. So,
Right. Listen, if they shadow ban us, it's because you're talking shit on the government. I'm just letting you know.
Oh yeah, you know
We're gonna
what?
get shadow banned.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ange.
Maybe the cancer will get me overnight. I'll be like in a questionable Epstein situation.
I get no comment on that one. I was about to make a joke, but I don't want to end up missing or anything else.
Yeah, I mean, we got to be quiet because like Google and Siri and Alexa, they're all listening, right?
Everybody's listening. Everybody's listening. I had a cool, proud dad moment this week.
Oh, tell me.
So, my son, who's a spectacular athlete, great athlete. He's 11. He's like up to my chin. He's 11. He's tall.
Yeah, he's a good-looking kid.
Duh. I mean, give me a break
I think
there.
last time I gave your ex-wife credit for
that. Yeah. I mean, I got to give her some credit, but he decided to make the transition from. He's a huge basketball player, great ball player, great football player, but he would play flag, right? So he wants to transition to tackle. So I'm like, well, it's a totally different ball game, right? I know you're big, and then so he practiced and started in the beginning of August, and then hit the pads, and it's like, ooh, I don't know, but like he'll catch anything, but there's nobody coming at him, and then then I start hitting, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if he likes this contact, right? So everybody's like, okay, kid's really athletic, but I don't think he's gonna, everybody was worried. So yesterday was the first scrimmage, and he catches a ball. If you look at my story on Instagram, you'll see it. He catches the ball. It's first catch ever, right? And he drags the kid 5 yards, and they hit him. They kill him. He gets popped back up, and then he's off and running. He's making tackles. I'm like, where the hell did this come from?
Yes.
And I'm like,
all it takes is one day of waking up and choosing violence. That's right, buddy.
Right, that's it. I said, get mad. When you get yelled at, get mad.
Yeah.
Play mad. He was good, and then the coaches called. The guy that runs the league was like, "Oh, he's special. He's, we're gonna." Oh, it
Oh,
was like this. My phone wouldn't stop ringing, beeping last night. And I'm like,
that's great.
yeah, and I'm like, damn, like they're talking about my son being like this big, in the future, like the future, blah blah blah. So I'm like, wow.
Then he's going to go play college ball, and then he's going to
Listen.
get drafted to the NFL, and you won't have to work no more.
Your lips to God's ear. So when you finally, hopefully you're here forever. I don't. But if
No,
you ever,
I'll put in a good word upstairs.
that's all I'm asking. I mean, I'll break your husband off some money down here.
You
What I'm
never know.
saying?
I
Like,
kind of feel like once I get up there or down there or whatever happens to me,
it's up there. It's
I'm
not
going
going
to rule the roost, bro.
You're gonna have your own podcast up there. Angie's Gate. Angie's Heavenly Gate. I don't know what you call it.
Stairway to Ange.
Stairway to Ange, right. You're
on.
going to sit there and you're to be the one that's going to be like, in or out.
Out.
You're going to come to out.
I already have a list prepared of who's not welcome.
It's already happening?
I already have the best front door mat.
What's your front door mat?
Something like, what was the Lil Wayne thing? I forget it.
Wait,
sometimes
you had a joke and you couldn't finish it? Are you serious right now?
This happens. It's like a chemo side effect. I lose my words.
No, now I feel bad for making fun of you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's a side effect from all the rounds of chemo. Thanks.
Right. Now I feel like a total douchebag because I made fun of you not finishing.
Yeah, now I mean that really hurt my feelings.
Oh, but Mark telling you look like shit and fucking.
Yeah, bro, I don't know what it is. He's like the only man who tells me I look awful to my face.
Don't listen.
He's giving me a complex now. Like maybe I have to, I don't know, curl an eyelash or something now.
I don't know. I think he wants you to wear makeup.
See, I'm not like down with the whole makeup thing.
You never were you?
No. I'm kind of like the surprise factor. So when I actually will get dressed, people are like, wow,
Yeah.
So you go from homeless to glamorous like overnight. It's just, I just don't care. Is that bad?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I just don't care.
Listen, it happens, right? I mean, were you always like that, or was it because you're going?
I was always like a tomboy, but you just don't. Like, I didn't even leave the house today. So what was the point of putting on makeup? Like, I'm not.
Swamp ass and shit.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure. Sure.
Man. Go out.
Sitting here listening to you for 46 minutes. Yeah.
I'm talking about all day, not listening to. I'm talking about all day, not just sitting here on a podcast doing a podcast.
I'm just like a laid back sweatshirt, t-shirt, hair in a ponytail kind of chick, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
Easy peasy.
So tomorrow's your big thing, your big premiere.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm gonna say.
You haven't prepared as a prepared person that you are. You don't know what you're gonna say.
Not really, because like my whole mindset is like I don't want it to be all about cancer. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the majority of things I do can be applied to every shitty situation that life likes to throw at you.
Yeah.
So that's like the message that I really want to send out, while also kind of educating and bringing more awareness to the stigma that lung cancer has.
Right. Well, my advice to you is be Ange and be funny and be.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm planning to do. That's all I got.
I mean, yeah, but I think you'll crush it. So.
We'll see.
Good luck with that.
I'm going for the food, bro.
I know. Listen, I looked at it and I was like, let me see if I can make it. I can't make it.
Yeah, no worries.
I do want to come out and watch you stumble over your words. That would be phenomenal. And I'll videotape it and we'll play it on here and we'll make fun of you.
Hey, yeah. I'm down for that, bro.
Make sure somebody records this so I can. Well, if you do good, we could play some of it. You know what I mean? If you have some
we'll
good
see.
Parts, if somebody has it on video, we can cut it up.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
I'm always thinking on my feet.
Look at you. That's why you're not so famous.
What else you got? You got anything else?
No, like honestly, no. Boring. I'm just kind of, dude, I'm just chilling because I know, I'm not on the chemo, so I'm like, oh, taking the time to kind of like relax and really
Okay.
take in each day minute by minute.
Okay. Good.
I'll go back in for scans in October and we'll see. We'll play it from there.
Play it by ear. That's just how you're gonna live for the rest of your
Yep.
life. Huh? Just kind of play it by ear.
Yeah, day by day,
Day
bro.
by day, man. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That is the way to do it. I commend you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'll be it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in to the Not So Famous
Not So Famous
podcast. I am Manager Marco, and who are you?
I'm Ange.
Can we call you Cancer Ange? Radiation
You
Ange?
can do Cancer
Chemo
Ange.
Ange?
Yeah.
Cancer Ange.
Like, it's a shame my name wasn't Tina or something. I could be like Terminal Tina.
Terminal Tina.
You know what I mean?
Chemo Kathy.
Chemo Kathy. I mean, come on. There's all these like
Who named you Angela?
my mother.
This is a chance for us to blow up in the next.
I know. And I
You
get
blew it.
the most random, this routine Dago name on earth, Ange.
Oh, that is a Dago name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, my middle name is what? Maria. Of course, it's every,
Angela Maria.
Yeah, I mean,
That is great. I mean, you are as Dago as they come. And I can say because I am 100%.
yeah,
So
see? Yeah.
let's not all cancel me and Ange here.
I mean, I couldn't be like a Tina. It's
No.
Terminal Tina.
Come on, dude.
That's
That would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
All right.
change
Well
it.
then, everybody, thank you for subscribing. Please keep on subscribing, share, try to
Yes.
get these subscribers up. I know we will be back consistently during the winter unless I'm rich and famous and I just leave
And-
Ange in the dust.
Unless I'm dead.
Oh God, I was trying not to say that. Or Ange finally bites the big one and I got to come on here and be sad.
Announce it.
I gotta announce it, be sad. I'm already dreading it. I don't know why I put myself in this position where I gotta love somebody, have her as my goddamn co-host, and then love like a friend, obviously. And now I gotta go in there and do her obituary on the podcast.
Well, it would be cool. Like one of your episodes could be like whipping out the Ouija board and making contact.
Holy shit.
Right?
Yes, that's happening.
Big things.
Do you think you can like die anytime, like in the
Yeah,
next year or
right?
so?
Soon,
I'll
so
forget.
we can
I'll
do
forget in
it.
a year. So
Just set a reminder on your phone.
Ouija board, contact Ange.
Yes.
Got it. That is a great idea.
Keep in touch.
I don't know how many people are going to hate me for that. I hope your husband doesn't hate me for that.
No, because those I'm already picked those out for my obituary cards. I'm doing 2 sets of cards, and one is a funny one is a serious one, and it's this Ouija board, and you flip it open, it says "Stay in touch." Yeah.
Something's wrong with you. I love it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
sure.
great. Is it bad that I just can't wait to see that card?
Oh, they're so cool. I'll send you an image of it.
Can we not? Can we not really? I'm not ready for that. So can we not?
Well, the good thing is I'll be like mailing them out after my death. So like a week after you attend my viewing, you're going to get this card and it's going to have my face on it.
You don't have my address. I ain't
Ouija
getting shit.
board.
I'm not giving you my address.
I'm getting it.
That's going to freak me out.
So cool.
That's an awesome idea. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love your positive outlook. All right, guys, let's get out of here.
Yes.
Ange, I look forward to talking to you about your big night tomorrow night. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Good luck. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And go subscribe to the podcast.
Oh.